18 years ago, when I first started working for my dad in the insurance business as an employee, it was the first time in my life that I wasn't in the sports business. Up to that point, since graduating in university, I had been coaching junior A hockey, triple A hockey, minor pro hockey, and then I owned my very own junior A franchise, and I was the head coach and general manager as well. So my days were extremely active as a head coach in both pro and amateur. And I was used to spending time with my athletes in the weight room, on the ice, running, lifting, all these different activities. When I joined my dad in the insurance agency, it was the first time in my life that I had worked behind a desk. I had a desk out in the open area, and I would sit in front of a computer from 8:30 in the morning till 5 p.m. with a 1-hour break at lunch. So my life went from extremely active to almost completely sedentary. I would get up in the morning, I would shower, I would put on my suit and tie, and I would drive over to the office. I would work my 8:30 till 5 p.m. shift in the agency, and then I would usually come home and I would make myself dinner or order in dinner. I was living in a bachelor apartment at the time, just myself. So the pizza guy was a frequent visitor to the McLean Ranch. And after that, I would probably watch, probably 3 hours per night of sports on TV and things like that. So all in all, very sedentary, a lot of sitting, a diet of high carbs, just all the things that I'd no longer do today. So in the first 90 days, 18 years ago, in the first 90 days working in that office environment, I packed on 23 pounds. Now, I'm a light guy to begin with. My weight has been 185 since I started college, university. 185 to 190 is where I need to be physically. And I packed on 23 pounds in 90 days. That, my friends, is not easy to do. So I walked into my father's office one day at the front of the agency, and he looked at me and he said, if you don't slow down or speed up, he said, you're gonna be a fat insurance guy. And that is the industry. I remember when I started working for my dad, I would look around at all these different agency owners, and there wasn't a lot of role models in terms of physical health. It's an industry that comes with a lot of drinking, a lot of alcohol abuse, a lot of socializing. I noticed that most of these guys were way overweight, unhealthy, and it just comes with the industry. It comes with the industry of sitting a lot. There's a lot of social events, including a lot of golfing and drinking and eating. So when my dad said that to me that morning, I was like, holy shit, he's right again. And from that day forward, I did a couple of things that completely changed my life. And as I'm out here walking at 6 a.m. on a Wednesday morning, I think about how this idea of walking every day has turned into a habit. I walked at 21 days, it turned into a habit. Habits start to form at 21 days. And then 30 days, 45 days, you start to turn something into a lifestyle. And by 90 days, it is a lifestyle, whatever the new habit is that you're trying to implement in your life. So from that 23 pounds overweight day, I decided to get up in the morning and go for a walk. And I started with about 30 minutes. I would walk out, and I would walk out 15 minutes and walk 15 minutes back from my apartment. And I started doing this, and it wasn't long until I had it built up to 30 minutes out and 30 minutes back. And I'm a creature of habit, and I walk the same route every day, all around downtown, all the way back to my apartment. And then I would just hop in the shower, put on my suit and tie, and off to work. And I did this while changing my diet at the same time. I stopped doing the lunch thing. I started doing a protein shake mid-morning. I'd have my water. I started drinking a lot of water, so no more coffee, all day at the office. It was there, so we would drink it. There was actually a guy in our office who drank over 30 cups of coffee per day. He was a former contractor, early bird, one of these early bird guys. Great guy, great salesman, worked for me for a number of years, my number one producer. And he would literally, he was a 4 a.m.er kind of guy, and he would literally drink over 30 cups a day. And he would start drinking coffee at 4 in the morning, and he would drink 1 cup after another. He would come into the office, he'd drink more, because you use whatever's there. So one of the things I did when I bought the agency a year later from my father is I literally unplugged the coffee machine, and I made the staff go get their own coffee. And I had more than one employee come up and say how much this was a game changer. My dad used to also, this is back in the day a little bit, he used to also provide pop colas for the staff. And I remember there was a fridge at the back of the office, and it was full of regular Coke, Diet Coke, ginger ale, Dr. Pepper. And if you're sitting there and you're working in an office for the first time, and you're young and you're broke like me, it was just like a candy store. And it was so simple, because I was bored to tears, by the way, in this job. I mean, I was doing all the things that I wasn't used to doing. I was being told what to do. I was answering phones. I was processing paper. I was servicing. I was doing all the things that were necessary to learn the business, but I didn't particularly enjoy them. Certainly the lack of freedom and the lack of mental stimulation. So I would drink coffee all morning, and then I'd have probably three regular Cokes in the afternoon. So just pure sugar and caffeine, just garbage for my body and my mind. And so when I stopped drinking pop and I started drinking water, and I'd have 1 coffee every morning. I'd pick up a coffee and bring it to work with me. And then I'd start having a protein shake, which was basically, a banana and some protein powder and maybe some berries and kale. Pretty simple stuff. And then for lunch, instead of going out to the local all-you-can-eat buffet with my buddy down the street, I just started, bringing my own simple lunch, a sandwich and an apple, and I was good to go. And then in the afternoon, I would just drink water all afternoon. But the big thing for me was that change to walking. And the hour got me those 10 to 12,000 steps that I'm getting right now as I shoot this video. And my goal has always been 15,000 steps a day. If I do 15,000 steps a day, my weight is going to be in the 187 range. I'm going to be able, if I eat clean 85% of the time, if I drink water, 85% of the time, and I walk those 15,000 steps, then that's when my health and my energy works. And the really big thing about, there's the trash guys, they come here twice a week, 2 pickups a week here in Naples. And so it was amazing that my energy just skyrocketed, and physically I just felt like a new guy. And even though I was still sitting behind a desk for 8-9 hours, just that walk made such a difference. It also made a difference in my decisions later on in the day. The better decisions we make as we own our mornings, it's amazing how you make better decisions through the day. So if you start your day with a walk with no technology, you drink, 2 glasses of water as soon as you get up, that gives you an opportunity for your organs to get working. You shouldn't be drinking coffee first thing. You should have 2 glasses of water, and then you can have your coffee. And that's what I do. I get up now and I have 2 full glasses of water. I leave out my lemon on the kitchen island, and there's a squeeze thing there. And here's a real tip for owning your mornings, for owning that first hour, to get that first win on the calendar, is to leave your gear out the night before. So in our bedroom, right beside my bed, I don't trust myself. I don't want to be stumbling around in the dark. The night before, as soon as Krista and I are ready to go to bed, I lay out my shorts, I lay out my t-shirt, I lay out my hat or visor, and I lay out my socks, and I put my shoes, and I have a 25-pound rucking vest. This is another thing I started doing in the last year, is I wanted to get more out of my 1-hour walks. So what I did is I stumbled upon the military topic of rucking, where rucking is the men and women who are wearing these great vests. And I bought a 25-pound one, Krista bought a 20-pound one, and Emery has a 10-pounder. And by adding these 25-pound vests, it's just really increased my calorie burn. It's really strengthened my leg power, my joints, my ankles, my knees. And a rucking vest like this actually drives your shoulders and back in the opposite direction of working in the box. When I talk about text neck, where we're all on smartphones, we're all working in the box in front of us on computers all day, a vest like this has been driving my posture. In other words, it's driving my shoulders back as I walk, and it's making me walk tall. And I cannot recommend this enough. I just Googled this and got a 25-pounder. It's very simple. It's like a vest. I throw it on. I don't even notice it anymore. But boy, has it been a home run in terms of my posture. I can feel right now that it's making me walk tall. It's making me stand tall. It's driving my neck up, my chin up. It's making me walk with good posture. Plus the fact, am I burning more calories? So that's something that I added to my walking this year. And those are the physical wins of walking. But honestly, admittedly, the biggest benefits that I've had over walking the last 18 years, an hour every morning, has been the mental advantages. And there's nothing like being out here on the streets, as an example, with nobody else. There's a few cars. I've met 2 people so far. And being out here at 7 or 6 o'clock in the morning, it's like my first win of the day, but it's my solitude, it's my mental health, it's my time to think. My dad, by the way, at 88 years old, walks now 3 days a week. He used to walk 7 days a week, never missed a day, not even Christmas for a decade. And he talked about how walking for him in the mornings before work was a brain dump, where he would walk for half an hour one way, and it gave him an opportunity to think about all the things that were on his mind, anything that was bothering him, anything that was stressful, anything in business that was troubling him. And on the way back, he said solutions would always come to him. Ideas and solutions would come to him. So he called his walks brain dumps when he was still working to age 85. So the mental part, again, is 4-to-1 to the physical. Like, sure, I burn, lots of calories. I get in my 15,000 steps, and this is so critical for me to keeping, my energy high, my vitality, my health. But mentally, wow, it is such a big win. If you'll notice, I walk in solitude. Unless I'm shooting a video, which is very rare on my walks, I have zero technology. I refuse to carry a cell phone, and I refuse to take a cell phone on my walk. I'm not interested in listening to podcasts or other gurus or music. When I'm out here at 6 a.m, I want to listen to Michael McLean. And what I mean by that is my golden gut. We do not listen to our intuition anymore. We are so disconnected from ourselves emotionally and psychologically. It's very, very troubling. And that comes from constant connectivity. In other words, from the time you open up your eyes to the time you shut them at night, you have that umbilical cord plugged into technology, just constantly being entertained, distracted, kept in fight or flight, anti-social media, you name it, anything but solitude. As the great Thomas Edison said, I'm going to go and sit and listen for ideas. And Edison was clearly the Hall of Fame ideas guy. So he used to go and sit with pencil and paper and listen for ideas for his next invention. Over 1,000 incorporated inventions in his career, by the way. So I do the same on my walk. I don't need any music. I don't need any noise. I don't need any chaos. I don't need any drama. I don't need any texting or emailing. I don't need anybody out here but myself and the road. I call this my road work. Every morning I get up, I say my 3 or 4 minute prayer to my Creator. I thank Him for all of the opportunities in my life. I don't ask for anything. And I get up and I do my road work. And I don't need things in my ears. I don't need to be listening to my favorite music. And it's amazing because my dad is right. By the time I walk about here, where I'm, a third of the way, this is when I've had an opportunity on most mornings to really think about the things, a brain dump, to think about the things that I need to think about. And it's really crazy, the stuff that'll come to your mind. Maybe it's something in your subconscious that is bothering you. Could be something at work, could be something in your marriage, could be something happening with your children, whatever it is. And then in the last 30 minutes of the hour walk, it's just amazing the ideas and the solutions that come to you. Like, I literally always keep a little piece of paper in my pocket with a pen so that I can write down big aha ideas, game changers I call them, as I walk. And it's just amazing how many opportunities and solutions I would miss. First of all, if I wasn't walking, and secondly, if I wasn't listening to what I call my golden gut, my intuition. By being out here in silence, especially in the early morning, I have time to be alone. I have time to think. My superconscious mind gets an opportunity to operate first thing in the morning without any distraction, without any technology, without any chaos. And some of my greatest ideas that have come to me during these morning walks. I would not have had the insurance business that I had. I would not have the marketing ideas that I have. I would not have the marriage. I would not have the relationship with my daughter. I would not have my physical health. But all of the incredible ideas that come, good morning, if you walk in solitude and listen to yourself and listen to these ideas. Now, it's better to walk. If you have to listen to podcasts and put things in your ears and all that other stuff, well, it's at least better to be out here. But when I'm walking here in the pitch dark most mornings, it's just incredible because most people are out with their dogs. They're not out walking, they're just out because they have a dog. And I'll be walking up in the pitch dark at a little after 6, and everybody, 99% are sitting there, the dog's going to the bathroom, and here they are with this glow in the pitch dark, this glow up on their face. First thing in the morning, half of them in their pajamas, and they got the dog on the leash and he's taking a shit, and here's this glow. All I can see is their face. So they've clearly got up and they've thrown on their slippers and they've walked out with the dog so he doesn't piss on the floor, and they grab their phone like 99%. That's the behavior of the common man. And they grab that phone and already they're playing defense. They're already playing not to lose because they're checking that phone for somebody else's agenda. They're needy. They're showing that, somebody else's agenda, somebody else's priorities, somebody else's is more important than theirs. So they're needy. And here they are. They're not working a battle plan. They're not playing offense. They're not pushing their priorities like walking, like reading, like writing, like driving your kids to school, like spending time with your spouse. None of those priorities are pushed to the front. So I walk amongst these, up to these people, and they all have that glow on their face. And that's how they're starting every day, playing defense, playing not to lose. And that's why I'm such a fan of walking with none of that technology. By the time I get back in an hour with the 25-pound rucking vest, I've got a great sweat on, and I've usually written down 3 to 5 ideas. They could be ideas for my training with my world builders. They could be ideas for newsletters, books. They could be ideas to make me a better father. It's insane, the ideas that come to you when you listen, when you're in solitude and just walking. And so many of the greats have been walkers. I'm not into running. I'm not going to jog anymore. I'm not going to do any of that stuff. I used to do that stuff as a pro coach, an amateur coach. But like Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple, was famous for taking long 2 and 3 hour walks in the afternoon with his key people. He would, when he was interviewing key people that he would work directly with, the interview would take place on a walk outside of the campus. He would take the person applying for these long, endless walks. And the reason that Jobs did that is because he understood that people are more honest, they're more open, they're more forthcoming when they're walking. And that's something that I've done in business as well, is literally go for a walk with a potential candidate, somebody who's going to be your CEO or your CEO or your marketing officer. Going literally for a walk you interrupt their pattern, and all of a sudden you've got them out of their comfort zone and you can have a discussion walking. Another secret weapon for me in my marriage has been inviting my wife Krista and now my daughter Emery on her bike, which is awesome, is we walk on Saturday and Sunday together as a family. And I never wanted to do this. I never wanted to, to give up my solitude, my road work. But I started inviting my wife Krista on Saturday and Sunday morning walks. And some days I push those back a little bit, where I get up and have my coffee, my water, and do my reading and writing. And then when Krista gets up a little bit later on a Saturday or Sunday morning, we go for a nice 90-minute walk, in some cases 60 minutes, an hour and a half, all depends. So that is very important, because you're inviting your secret weapon, who is your wife, and it gives an opportunity for you to communicate like you have never communicated before. Trust me, I don't know what it is, and I don't care what it is about walking, but when you walk with your spouse, with your teenagers, with your adult children, it's just incredible. And it takes a while. You can walk in silence. Again, no technology. If they're going to walk beside you with their phone and their earbuds in, then you might as well walk on your own. But Krista and I, we leave our technology at home. Emery hops on her bike. And Saturday here, we went for a 90-minute walk. On Sunday, we went for probably a 70-minute walk. Emery's all over the place on her bike. And Krista and I were able to talk about the most amazing things. The home we're buying here in Naples, her father, my parents, what we want to do with schools, how long we want to live here, how long we want to be in Canada, whether I want to return or purchase a franchise, a hockey franchise in a few years and return to hockey coaching. All of this incredible stuff that we probably would not have even discussed if not for me inviting her to walk with me on Saturdays and Sundays. Sometimes she comes on both days, sometimes she comes on one day. And boy, oh boy, really, really important stuff. So I can't say enough about, if you're looking for something to supercharge your physical and mental health, I highly, highly recommend starting your day with 2 glasses of water, putting out your walking gear. And you know what? You can start small. If you're overweight and you got bad knees and all that BS, put out your shorts, put out your sweatshirt, put out your shoes that you literally have to trip over them, and set your alarm for 30 minutes earlier. And you do that by getting your ass to bed 30 minutes earlier. Shut off the TV, close the laptop, okay, and get to bed earlier, same time every day. And then you get up 30 minutes earlier, put on your Roadwork gear and walk. Walk out 5 minutes, walk 5 back. Walk out 10, walk 10 back. And that's how you build it up. You start small. And by 7 days, 14 days, 21 days, 45 days, and by 90 days, it's a lifestyle, and you'll never look back. It will do more to benefit you physically and mentally than anything that you've done in your life. That has been my experience. The power of walking, and that's why so many of the greats in business have been writers, artists, entrepreneurs, have always been taking long walks. Now when I get back, I'll walk in the driveway, I'll open up the garage door, and I will do 75 Hindu squats. If you don't know what Hindu squats are, just Google Matt Fury, F-U-R-E-Y, the great Matt Fury, Hindu squats and Hindu push-ups. I do 3 sets of 25 squats as soon as I get back from this walk. 25, rest, 25, rest, 25, rest. And I am done with my leg power for the day. Then I'll do 10 slow Hindu push-ups, which are incredible for posture, incredible for heart and lung They increase your breathing, they increase your lung capacity, they're good for your heart. And then I will walk in, drink another glass of water, and drive Emery to school. And I've literally done all of my training, including my walk. It's 60-minute walk, maybe 10 minutes for the body weight exercises, for the Hindu squats and for the Hindu push-ups, and I'm done. No trip to a gym, no gym membership, no commuting, no going to a training center with everybody else, just me and my Solitude for an hour walk, and then my Hindu squats and push-ups. And I am coming up, I'm actually clearly coming very close to being in the best shape of my physical and mental life since I was in my 20s. So that's the power of a walk with some body weight training thrown in. Never leaving my home, never having to buy equipment, never having to go to the gym or buy a membership. That's it for today. If you like my daily videos, please subscribe below. I appreciate any comments. I do a video 365 days a year, not usually on my morning walk where I guard and value my solitude, but I did want to share this, take you on this adventure this morning and give you a feel for my morning walk. If I'm going to talk about my walk, I should shoot my video on my walk. And I shoot these videos every single day of the year. They're uncut, unedited, politically incorrect, unfiltered. If I make a mistake, I keep going. I don't have anybody helping me. I'm shooting this on a broken iPhone 7, and I just send these to my marketing director, Marc-Andre LeBlanc, and he sends these out. So if you enjoy them, subscribe below. If you're interested in being on a waiting list for my elite 5-star world building coaching program, then you can do that as well at badassmillionaire.com/apply. That's badassmillionaire.com/apply. That link is actually below. If you haven't got a copy of my book, you can grab a copy below at nobullbook.com, and Mark will include that link as well. So that's it for today from Naples, Florida. Michael McLean, if you have any questions or comments, good morning. I appreciate you leaving those below. Get up tomorrow morning and put your stuff out. Get up and lay out, your shoes. Get a good pair of shoes. Get your shorts, your shirt and your t-shirt and your hat, and put that stuff beside your bed. And then put your shoes at the door. Put a calendar on the wall like I do, where I put a red X, the Jerry Seinfeld Don't Break the Chain red X, where every day in a row that you walk, you put an X up there so you're getting your win in every day, whatever that win is. And just see if you can put 7 straight days together, no days off. And then see if you can put 10 together. And then see if you can put 14 together. And then see if you can get 21 together. And then see if you can get 30 and 45. And just, road work every single day. And see if you can become addicted to this powerful mental and physical health changer called walking. That's it. Michael McLean, 2 words, men, that changed my life 18 years ago. 2 words that will change your life as well. Be relentless.